In the middle of the night, Lynn enters the room asking to sleep with Lincoln.
Which is his sister.
Lincoln agrees, but then she takes off her clothes, lays next to him, and they start doing very disturbing acts.
And these are middle schoolers. This video is called The Loud House Comic That Got Someone Arrested. Now that we did the tier list for the worst fandoms and like that, which is on the live channel, I know about the Loud House community now. I know exactly how the Loud House community is, bro. I know exactly how the Loud House community is, though, bro. Y'all on that tight timing. But let's see, bro. Let's see, brother. Come on.
The Loud House fan comics suck. And trust me, I'm an expert on this, okay? Throughout my very recent rise on YouTube, I have read a lot of Loud House fanfics and fan comics. Some I made videos about, some I didn't, but one thing is for sure, they are all messed up in some way.
They got this in a made outfit and like that though, bro. Yeah, these some Project Blue boys. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro.
But to give them
How old is the
credit,
main
they
character?
are also addictive as hell. As soon as I read the first pages of one, some inexplicable force compels me to read the rest of them until I reach the point of no return. This happened to me with the comics It's Not Your Fault, Rewrite the Stars, and last year The Secret. I thought that would be my last Loud House fan comic video because I assumed I had already covered the most disturbing comics this whole of a fandom had created. But
I gotta see who's in this community. Like I gotta see what they look like, bro. Who's giving in like this and supporting like this, bro, and letting like this like just fly. I gotta see what they look like in real life, bro. It's a must, bro.
what do you know? There's always a bigger fish. There's always some dark corner of the internet you haven't visited, where there's a big boogeyman hiding. And that boogeyman is the topic of today's video. A Loud House fan comic so messed up that it led to the arrest of its creator. And as usual,
The title is it got someone arrested though. That's crazy, yo. For you to make a comment that gets you arrested, that gotta be some devious.
before diving into the comic, I gotta warn you about the disturbing topics I'm gonna mention. If you're not new to the channel, you're probably with these already, but if you are, just take a quick look at them and see if you're comfortable continuing.
Y'all comfortable, chat? Oh, we about to get weird, bro. What's the main character name? Lincoln? That's him?
The comic, funnily enough, is just called The Loud Comic, and if you somehow stumbled upon it online, you do probably think it's just a normal fan-made Loud House comic, even though we all know those don't exist. I wasn't able to find the original website where these were posted, but it was probably on Tumblr or DeviantArt, by the user JumpJump, who is also the guy who later got arrested. I was gonna give you a tour of his DeviantArt gallery.
Okay, so I see Wendy from Gravity Falls, a very, very weird photo of somebody in a deer costume. Shout out to all my artists out there, bro. Some of y'all shouldn't ever be able to pick up a pen, pencil, anything that gives you the ability to write, draw online, or in real life. It's like that. I'm just gonna be honest with y'all. Some of y'all have been blessed with the ability to draw and use it for pure evil. I'm not gonna lie to you though, bro. What am I looking at, bro? Is this Kazooie?
Since his
This bird right here, bro?
Tumblr got nuked, but actually, you know what? Let's just skip to the comic.
How do the creators allow this, bro?
The comic is divided into 4 chapters, and summarized, it's basically about how obsessed Luann is with Lincoln, romantically, and how far she's willing to go to make him love her back. And let me tell you right off the bat, she goes pretty far.
Dipper goes to Taco Bell. His Dipper goes to Taco Bell. In fact, don't tell me.
Chapter cover looks like a page taken straight from Luann's notebook. The first one features a sketch of Lincoln with a bunch of hearts and the caption, "I love my brother." And there's also a little note saying, "You cannot give your brother a Valentine's card, see me." Which makes it pretty obvious that Luann wrote one of those Valentine letters you make in school, but some teacher caught a glimpse of what she was doing and got extremely concerned and left a note basically saying, "Look, we need to talk about this." The first chapter starts in a really strange way. Ronnie Ann, one of Lincoln's romantic interests, wakes up after being unconscious and realizes she's tied to a chair. A voice from behind her goes, "Ho, you're awake." And that voice is none other than Luann. She's holding a baseball bat partially covered in Ronnie Ann's blood. They are in some kind of sewer, miles away from the nearest house. Luann starts—
This is a kid show, by the way, right? For children watch this show. Children and teenagers watch this show.
explaining that she's taking Ronnie Ann out because she's interfering with her plans to get close to Lincoln. And Ronnie,
which is her brother, right? Is Lincoln her brother? So she's Yeah, right? Or I'm tripping. I'm just trying to keep up. I don't watch the show, bro. I don't know nothing about the show. So she's beating this girl up to try to get close to her brother.
Luann's response to being kidnapped and about to get murdered is calling
Luann is 11. Luann is like 14.
Luann unfunny and a joke. Which, I mean, if I got kidnapped, the last thing I would do is to rage bait my kidnapper that's holding a baseball bat. And to no surprise, Luann kills her. Very gruesomely, might I add. After that, Luann just goes home like nothing happened. She finds Lincoln crying in bed because he got a letter from Ronnie Ann saying she hates him. Plot twist, the letter wasn't from Ronnie Ann, it was from Luann.
This is your brother. Like, I'm not supporting none of this bullshit, but bro, do you really gotta do all that to get close to your brother? This some free. Yo, I ain't gonna lie, the Loud House don't know. Like, the people who made the show don't know about how, like, this is and how, like, the online is. They can't sue these behind it for taking their characters and using it in terrible connotation or something, bro. Like, there gotta be laws against this, bro.
Also sent another fake letter to Ronnie Ann pretending to be Lincoln, telling her to meet him in an abandoned warehouse, which ultimately led to her death. But girl, that's on you. Who the f goes to an abandoned warehouse at night? That's some Scooby-Doo shit. Luann tells Lincoln
the Loud House got SA charges. Is that true?
A bunch of jokes, which makes him forget about everything and to fall asleep in her arms. Meanwhile, Lucy goes to the warehouse and finds Ronnie Ann's corpse with the baseball bat still in her mouth. Lucy didn't just stumble onto the crime scene, she knew exactly where to find it. And she knows who did it as well. She takes the bat, cleans it, and places it next to Lynn Lau Jr. while she's sleeping, because apparently the bat belonged to Lynn. The next morning, Lynn comes into the kitchen practicing some swings with the bat, which scares the living out of Luann, since it's literally evidence from the crime she committed last night. She asks Lynn where she got it, but Lynn just says that she woke up and the baseball bat was just there.
There has to be some mental illness at play, right? Nobody who draws stuff like this can be, like, mentally sane, right? Not even trying to be disrespectful, but, like, I'm just being honest though, bro. There cannot be, like, this cannot be of somebody who is of mental sanity and like that though, bro. Like, it doesn't make no sense. And this is why I be saying, bro, the community is so important. Like, the person who makes it could be whatever type of person like that, but the community is also important, because now I don't like, well, I wasn't gonna watch the show anyway, bro. That's like after my time, but now I'm definitely not gonna watch that shit, bro. Now I'm definitely not gonna watch that shit. Same with My Hero Academia. My Hero Academia has cooked so many people from watching the show just because the community's bad and like that though, bro. Nobody, like, now some people don't want to watch it just because the one talking about some Deku, you can call me, like, nobody wants to watch it anymore, like those. But that's why I be saying when I be doing the Project Blue or be doing in my community, it's because I don't want nobody to come in this bit, bro, and be like, you know what, Blue Right? And people have said this before. You know what, Blue Right? I was gonna watch your streams, but then I seen the community like those, bro. It can't get like this. It get like this. I'm not gonna put that in him, bro.
Luann doesn't believe her, which starts a fight between the two of them, exactly as Lucy had planned, because now she can have some alone time with Lincoln.
Nobody said that.
I don't like where this is going. She goes inside his room and asks him to listen to one of her poems. The poem she reads out loud is a metaphor to express her love for Lincoln, but he doesn't understand because he's a dumbass. So she just straight up says it out loud that she loves him and then goes for a little smoochie. And on the last page of this chapter, it's revealed that Luann has mounted a full-on CCTV system in Lincoln's room that lets her videotape him 24/7.
Just blow up.
Grenade!
Like, I just played the video.
Cover of the second chapter is yet another drawing from Luann's notebook. This time, it features a drawing of Luann and Lincoln getting married. And
but why though, bro? This makes even less sense than the Baku Deku, bro. Can't have a story with girls and boys in it without turning it weird.
Once again, it has a little note written down.
Luann, you have been told about these pictures in the past.
So this means two things. First, Luann's obsession with Lincoln has been going on for a long time now. And second, she is very bad at hiding it, since this is at least the second time a teacher has caught one of these pages. The second chapter starts where the first one left off, with Luann and Lynn fighting and Lincoln and Lucy doing, stuff?
And that's his sister too? Gang, these people in these shows, aren't they like middle type schoolers or something like that though, bro? How do you even come to this conclusion that they should be in a romantic relationship and they're siblings, man. Like, are these... I don't know.
Lincoln, you are banging your sister.
She's 8?
Lori, the older sister, stops the fight and tells Luann to go get ready because she has an appointment with her therapist. They
How old is the oldest sister?
go upstairs to get ready, and the noise causes Lincoln and Lucy to stop doing the you-know-what in fear of getting caught.
We gotta ask some questions. We gotta ask some questions for niggas who are reading this entire thing verbatim, bro. Just for the enjoyment of it, bro. We gotta ask some questions, bro. We gotta ask some genuine questions here, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you though, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you.
As Luann and
Does
Lori
the Loud House has the worst fandom chat? Do they? Lucy is what's happening? I need context immediately, bro. No context will save it from what the f is going on right now.
are about to leave for the appointment, Luann catches
Easter Sunday, by the way.
As Luann and Lori are about to leave for the appointment, Luann catches a glimpse of Lucy trying to sneak out of Lincoln's room, which doesn't make Luann happy. And considering what happened to the last person who made her angry, I don't think that's a good sign for Lucy. Luckily for Lucy though, Luann doesn't have time to deal with her right now because she has an appointment with her therapist. It's not her first therapy session. Matter of fact, by the look on her face, it seems she has been through a lot of them, and she definitely doesn't look forward to another one.
Is this character like crazy in the show or like unhinged or something? Where did he even get these traits from to put on this character? Is she an unhinged like crazy character? No, she's chill. Where did these traits even come from?
Lori tries to cheer Luann up by saying,
Remember, Luann, this is to help you.
but Luann whispers,
I think it's too late for that.
As soon as she enters the office, she puts on a mask, a fake smile, and an energetic happy tune, probably to deceive the therapist into thinking she has slowly been getting better after all these meetings, even though we know that's not the case. The psychologist doesn't seem to fall for Luann's act. He knows Luann doesn't like the sessions, and he questions her about her weird behavior the last time they met.
I was quite concerned with how we left last time, Luann. You refused to engage. Would you like to talk about what happened?
Luann responds saying it was because she had seen an horror movie the night before the meeting, and that was the reason she was so quiet and down.
Oh, it was an horror movie, Doc.
I hope we get to find out the real identity of the person who wrote this, bro. I have to see their face. Like, it's a must. Like, the comic artist got arrested isn't good enough. I have to see what this person looks like, bro. I need to see.
I saw it the night before. I guess it affected me more than I thought.
But what the doctor doesn't know is that the movie she mentioned is actually referring to a videotape she had recorded of Lincoln's room through her CCTV system. The comic shows us exactly what Luann had seen that night, and it was something really disturbing.
Okay.
The tape starts with Lincoln sleeping peacefully in his bed, but in the middle of the night, Lynn enters the room asking to sleep with Lincoln, using the excuse
Which is his sister again, also a sister.
that Lucy was reading poems late at night. Lincoln agrees, but then she takes off her clothes, lays next to him, and they start doing very disturbing acts.
And these are middle schoolers? Gang. Nuke the whole community. Just do, bro. Delete the Loud House from reality, bro.
Luann wanted to do
changed so
something
many,
about
the
it. Her
community.
anger was so uncontrollable that she started bleeding from her mouth. But ultimately, she couldn't really do anything. The only thing she could do was watch.
So this is her sister, and she's watching both her siblings participate in, and so she's bleeding out her gums and crying as if she's getting some sneako Adam 22 type timing like that, because she loves her brother too, and she's obsessed with him. And again, this is his sister. Change the screen, please. My bad.
Meanwhile, Lucy and Lincoln are discussing some very important topics about their,
Are the parents like in the show and like those? Because where the f are the parents in this comic, man?
peculiar relationship, like how they would hide it from other people and how their babies would look
This is a
like.
Josh edit,
Would
chat.
they
It's not
have
about
white
it.
hair? Would they be blonde? Would they be significantly deformed because their genetic code is literally the same? Who knows, only time will tell. But the discussion is cut short as they start doing even more questionable activities.
One eternity later.
After many hours of sin and me bleaching my
First time here, what is this about? Sorry, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Come back in like 10 minutes, man.
eyes, Lincoln and Lucy go downstairs to watch some cartoons, when suddenly someone knocks at the door. Lincoln opens it and it's the police. They found out about Lincoln's relationship with some of his sisters.
The oldest sibling is Lori, who's 17, and the youngest is like 6 months old. The fandom is like 50% autistic MFS and the other half is demented.
It's not funny, bro. By the way, this read this several times to make this video. Bro, his eyes have to be red as had to been bleeding out his eyes. Because bro saw this completely uncensored, by the way. Bro seen the full verbatim, bro.
And after months of compiling evidence, they are here to arrest him. No, I'm just
They're here to arrest Lincoln.
joking. The cops are actually there because Lynn broke the neighbor's window with a baseball. They still have no idea about the atrocities happening inside that house. Sadly,
So
Lynn pays
nobody knows still. Wow.
for the window using Lincoln's money, which makes him crash out. But don't worry, Lincoln, she says she will pay you back later. Oh. So
Alright, let's just go, bro. Let's keep going.
that's what she meant. Lincoln and Lynn get into a big discussion as Lincoln finally realizes that maybe dating not one but two of his sisters isn't such a great idea. Their discussion is interrupted by Lucy, and I might as well stop talking about the comic here because there are only a few pages left and they don't tell us that much. In case you're wondering, the comic isn't finished and its future is kind of uncertain, mostly because of some
Thank God it's not finished, bro. Destroy the comics forever, man. Just blow that up.
mystery surrounding its creator. Since the comic's controversial release in 2016, its creator has taken a lot of breaks and hiatuses between page releases.
Bro, I don't promote revealing people's identity like those or that D word that I just told y'all the other day I don't promote. But in certain cases and like those, some just gotta go. I'm not gonna lie, in GTA, bro. In GTA though, bro.
Over time, those breaks became significantly longer. To give you an idea, the first chapter had 44 pages and was released in mid-2016. The second chapter is harder to trace, but it was either released alongside the first one or a few months later in late 2016, and it had around 54 pages. Chapter 3 came out in early
The show came out in 2016?
Avocados from Mexico.
So the show came out in 2016. The new show, The Loud House, came out in 2016, and then seen, oh wow, a new show. And as soon as the show came out like that, said, oh, you know what would be good about this show? Like that, you know what is a good comic interpolation I can make of this show? Let's make the sister and brother get together, bruh. Why did I say that like a TikTok? I said that like a Boxy Brown video. What the
2016, and it had around 54 pages. Chapter 3 came out in early 2019 with only 13 pages, and Chapter 4 currently has 9
This been doing this for 5 to 6 years now? It's a sick.
pages. Its development started sometime in 2022, but the publication of new pages has been extremely inconsistent, borderline uncertain. There are some somewhat recent tweets made by Jump mentioning the comic, even one where he posted finished pages for pages 10 and 11 from the 4th chapter in early 2024. And he occasionally published
Y'all said there's a comic book or like a Wattpad story of the Loud House and it's the size of the Bible or something. This isn't that, right? This is something completely different. Oh my god, okay, I gotta stop pausing. I'm not gonna lie to you. Ew, yeah,
comic strips with similar content from the Loud House, which may or may not indicate his continued interest in this type of content.
Longer than the
One
Bible.
big piece that is most likely correlated to all of this was Jump's arrest in late 2017. Not much is known about what actually happened, but what we know is that in October 2017, Jump posted a sort of mini comic called Jump's Last Message: The Dawn of a New Era. In this comic, Lincoln receives a letter from Jump himself saying,
Dearest Lincoln, I must leave you. Why I cannot say. Where I'm going you cannot know. How I will get there I haven't decided yet, but one thing I can tell you, anytime I hear the wind blow, it will whisper the name Lincoln.
I'm sorry, but what the f is this message? Is this supposed to be some kind of love letter or what? Anyway, Lincoln goes to confront Jump Jump about this drastic decision, and he never really explains to him the reason why he's going to disappear, only saying that a few things had happened and they are hard to explain. A few months after posting this, Jump Jump would make an announcement on his now deleted Tumblr. The post title was,
Tumblr.
"So, you all wanna know why I disappeared and what happened to the law?"
No, we don't. No, we don't give a money. We don't care, bro. We don't care. No, we don't. What the bro? What the hell? We didn't want to know, bro. We're wondering why you're still like talking and coming back and like that. Nobody asked that.
Comic. In this post, he would clarify the reason why he was gone from October 2017 to January 2018. To put it short, basically Jump Jump is a British bloke in it, and in the UK there are some strict laws regarding on what you can draw and what you can't draw. According to Jump Jump's own account in the post, an anonymous user contacted authorities, falsely claiming
W anonymous user. W. Let me get a W anonymous user in the motherfucking chat, bro, please.
that his Loud House fan art involved real children. This led to his arrest in October 2017, with police seizing his devices and social
But bro was still doing it after the fact, so this didn't even do anything.
services temporarily removing his children from home. Yup, this guy is married, by the way. He described the ordeal as traumatic, leading to mental health struggles, including 2 attempts to take his own life due to the stress. However, on the last day of January, a court hearing ruled in his favor on the custody issue.
Yo, L Court. Yo, UK courts when it comes to providing justice and protecting children.
A court hearing ruled in his favor on the custody issue, with no evidence found to support the heinous claims made against him. The matter appears to have been resolved without formal charges or a conviction. After this, Jump Jump gradually returned online, resuming his work on the Loud House comic. The long hiatuses seem tied to personal matters, mental health recovery, and life priorities. As of
Yo, don't put Plank in your drawings, you troglodyte.
2026, he's still active, posting occasional sketches,
That's so sad, bro. This is still active. He's still active, bro. He's still active. Yo, y'all internet demons who be talking about some, yeah, I knew where you were because I traced back this to find this, 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 to find this. Where are y'all at, bro? Where are y'all at, bro? Yo, nuke the whole community, bro, in GTA. Like those, right?
But the comic's future remains uncertain, with no clear timeline for completion. So yeah, maybe he will finish it, maybe he won't. Honestly, I don't really know
Don't
what.
the Loud House have like a live action show or like
long fanfic
show
is
with
called The
real
Loud
kids in
House.
it now, like on
Revamp.
Nickelodeon
It
or
ain't
like
this one in the
what's that,
video.
Paramount or something?
else to say. Do you think he should have been arrested
yes.
for creating this kind of disturbing content? Do you think
He got canceled?
otherwise?
Oh.
Well, regardless of what you think, just know this one thing. I love you, bye.
That was a very, very traumatizing watch. I will not lie to you, bro. I will not lie to you. That's a very traumatizing. And bro, that is one member of the Loud House fandom that has caused straight like treachery and terrorism throughout the motherfucking goddamn fandom, bro. Why I hear Academia fandom, bro, they have terrible fanfics too and like that and do a lot of like that is really terrible too. So I'm not defending them, bro. But it's not that bad, bro. It's not that like as bad as that though, bro. It's not as bad as that though, bro. If you're watching this on the main channel of YouTube, like those or on YouTube, we're on Twitch Blue Rock in the description. I ain't like that. Sorry y'all had to see it, but we did too live like that. And mind you, on YouTube you can skip. It's like those. You can't skip the live stream, so we all had to watch that verbatim, bro. But anyways though, yeah, alright, BBG. Alright.
Hold this bitch back like I'm double heaven. Hold up, triple deuces. Hold this bitch up, we got all the juices.